1519 AD, 5413 AM. Aztec Emperor Montezuma II's sister, Princess Papantzin, dreamt of strange white men from across the sea. When reports came in that strange white men had appeared out of the Great Eastern Sea, Montezuma was afraid and opposed to the idea of open conflict with them. Hernán Cortez of Spain arrived in Mexico on April the 22nd, which happened to be the precise date on the Mexican calendar that ended a 52-year cycle on the day predicted to be the return of the god Quetzalcoatl. This was the day 9 wind on a 1 reed year. Cortez takes Mexico City and then virtually enslaves it after disease weakens the population. The Spanish were in no way able to overcome the mighty Aztec Empire by force, nor by disease. It was done by the Aztec fear that the Spanish were indeed divine sent. The Spanish conquistadors tricked Montezuma and took the palace, leading to the fall of the Aztec Empire in its 40th year. In this year also Ferdinand Magellan defected from Portugal to Spain, because they refused to give him ships and provisions to find a route around America, to the Spice Islands in Asia. His fleet set sail towards South America, named the San Antonio, Victoria, Conception, Santiago, and his flagship the Trinidad. Magellan's circumnavigation of the globe was 96 years after the Chinese treasure fleets had done it. On May 2nd, in the court of King Francois I of France, Leonardo da Vinci died. 1 Atlantis in America. Spence. 1520 AD, 5414 AM. Hernán Cortés visited the ancient site of the mysterious city of Teotihuacan, a buried metropolis of immense ruins regarded as a city of the dead by the local Aztecs, 25 miles northwest of Mexico City. Enormous pyramids and temple complexes were buried beneath tons of earth, and trees growing atop mounds that attested to the antiquity of the monuments. The Spanish excavated the site and studied the Pyramid of the Sun, which stands 203 feet high. Intriguingly, the Mexican pyramid site parallels the Egyptian Giza site in a unique way. The Great Pyramids are off alignment noticeably with the third and much smaller pyramid, and this feature is replicated perfectly at Teotihuacan. The Great Pyramid is not 203 feet high though, but 203 levels of blocks, courses, which denotes a standard uniform method of measurement shared between them. Sultan Selim the Grim died, his achievement being that he virtually united the Muslim world under the Turkish Empire, Ottoman, after conquering Persia, Syria and Egypt. Solomon, began to rule from Baghdad to Hungary, one pirate's terror on the high seas. 1521 AD, 5415 AM. Magellan rounded the Cape of South America through treacherous waters and a little exploration and sailed into the unknown waters of the Pacific Ocean after one of his ships mutinied. He finally landed in Guam and was killed by the islanders. Ponce de Leon explored Florida on a secret mission for the Spanish crown to find the location of the Fountain of Youth that was believed to be connected to a river that rejuvenated the old. Unfortunately for Ponce, the quest ended with an Indian arrow. 1 Stairway to Heaven in Search of Paradise, Sitchin. 1524 AD, 5418 AM. About 1,000 women accused of witchcraft were all killed at Como, Italy, and France was burning witches by the thousands. Savoy condemned 800 women at one time. Much of the Christian European world awaited a terrible flood that was predicted to occur in this year by the famous mathematician Stoffler. This prediction was based off astrology from an unusual planetary conjunction in Pisces. People made preparations for the disaster and many others built arks, bought boats and some sold off their property and possessions. Nothing ever came of it, and this was 476 years before the Y2K scare of 1999-2000 AD, and the doomsday predictions of Richard Noon in his 552,000 iced the ultimate disaster. Voltaire wrote that many people grew very rich from the 1524 AD scare. This year was exactly 2448 plus 2448 years of the Olmec calendar, 2448 AM being 1447 BC, when the great disasters in Egypt caused the exodus of Israel. 1. Christ, the Power and the Passion. 2. The Portable Voltaire. 1525 AD, 5419 AM. Charles V of Spain ordered the expulsion of all Muslim Moors from the territories of Aragon by 1526. 1. Christ, the Power and the Passion. 1526 AD, 5420 AM. William Tyndale had a passion for the Scriptures and sought to provide the English people an English translation of the New Testament, which by this date had not been done, a New Testament Bible. In England he was harried and pursued by papists, and he fled to Germany, where he published his English New Testament in Germany, the home of the Protestant Reformation. This was the year 1000 of the Anno Domini calendar, year of our Lord. 1. Planet in rebellion. 1527 AD, 5421 AM. Holy Roman Emperor Charles V has his army sack the city of Rome, initiating a bloody campaign. Many Jews are expelled from Venice, Italy. 1528 AD, 5422 AM. King Francis of France begins a major building program and renovations throughout Paris. This was a major national project restoring old Paris, while also creating a virtually new city with new architectural wonders. This was for 14 years, cursed earth period, before Paris would be destroyed by bombing in World War II in 1942. Sweating sickness returned to England, this time filtering over to the continent, into Germany and then throughout continental Europe. 1529 AD, 5423 AM. Turks continue spreading into Europe, but at Vienna their advance is stopped by European forces.